Alright, in this video we're going to go through the second element that's really important, and that's your interest targeting. Now it takes a while to kind of get how to kind of interest target correctly, but it's going to become second nature to you guys once you start launching once you're on your 10th or 15th campaign. You're going to get a really good idea as to what targeted or laser targeted interests are and what broad interests are. Generally speaking, we do not want broad interests, and I'm going to illustrate or lead with a few examples so you guys can kind of differentiate between the two, and later on I'm going to explain why we do not want broad interests. So I've gone to AliExpress, and there's a bunch of Harry Potter products in front of me, and all of these kind of may seem appealing to a set demographic. And I'm going to tell you that I watched a few Harry Potter movies. I like Harry Potter. If Harry Potter releases another movie, I might go see it in the cinemas. You know, a couple of my family members like Harry Potter, but we don't have the box set. You know, we didn't go out and buy the box set. We don't wear T-shirts that says Hogwarts alumni on it. We don't wear T-shirts that say Straight Out of Azkaban on it. You know, we don't wear Harry Potter pendants. If you're showing someone like me your Facebook ad, you're wasting your money. So I'm what you'd call, I exist in a broad audience. So if you were to go to Facebook ads, and I guess the logical thing to do is, say we're trying to sell any of these products, right? We want to target Harry Potter fanatics, not Harry Potter fans, Harry Potter fanatics, people that kind of obsess about this stuff. So generally, if it was your first or second campaign, you don't really have much direction, you'd probably type in something like Harry Potter. You might try something like Harry Potter film series. Alright, cool. So I want to advertise my product to people that have seen the Harry Potter film. But like I said, I'm someone that's seen the film, but I'm not going to go ahead and buy the product. So you don't want to be wasting your reach on me. And I'm going to explain why that matters later on. But just understand for now, this is broad targeting. This is what you do not want to do. Harry Potter character, everyone knows who Harry Potter is. Again, a very broad interest. There's too many people within this audience pool that are just general likers, that are not fanatics, that are not obsessed with it. Even Ron Weasley, I guess, is kind of broad. What else you got? Obviously, that's a broad target. You don't want to be doing that. And even though you're going to be like, oh wow, 25 million people are going to see my ad, this is perfect. It doesn't work like that, because again, broad targeting, you're going to end up not being profitable within your first $5 to $10 spend. So it doesn't matter if you have 25 million people here or 50 million. You're not going to continue with your ad anyway, so it does not matter. You want to be in profits. So even if this is about 1 million, but after a $10 spend you start to profit, well, you're going to go through that whole million. So it's either go through 1 million to 2 million audience, which is a smaller audience pool, or just never reach this dream audience. Anyway, broad targeting, don't do it. This is what it is. All right. And I'm going to illustrate with this image that I drew up before. So this is like an audience pool. All right. So each one of these interests represents one of these circles. So if you were to just say Harry Potter character, this interest right here with 15 million people in it, let's pretend that's 15 million people, each one of them maybe is a million. The green people are the ones that are fanatics. These are the people that you want to see your ad. These are the people that are action takers. These are the guys that are going to pull out their wallet and probably make a purchase, right? So say you spend $10 and you reach a small portion of this pool. Say you reach about that much, all right? Let me draw a square around it. So say you reach about that much with your $10 spend. Now, 2 of those people actually reacted. Great. But you wasted it on 8 people, right? So you spent $10, you got 2 customers, but say that each product gets you $2 profit. So now you spent $10, you got $4 back. You're obviously going to cancel the campaign because it's too broad. You get what I mean? So now, if we were to go to a more targeted audience, which is like this, where there's a lot more fanatics, and how we would do that is probably if we were to cancel this, and let's go more targeted. Let's say Harry Potter. I would say fandom is pretty good because people, that's like a club, you know, the Harry Potter club. Lego Harry Potter, maybe. Harry Potter universe. So I'd probably go for um, Harry Potter fandom. Let's click Harry Potter fandom. And the cool thing about um, Facebook advertising or the Facebook ads, platform is that it starts to suggest other interests that are very similar in nature than the ones that you have initially selected. So if this is really targeted towards Harry Potter fans, well, guess what? Facebook's going to come along and say, hey, look, here's more targeted interests for you. So I'm going to go ahead and add muggle.net, which is probably a website, and obviously people that are really into Harry Potter go there. Um, let's see, the Leaky Cauldron website, great. Remember, we want websites, magazines, clubs, all that kind of stuff. Dumbledore's Army. Um, yeah, you guys get the point. So again, 17 million isn't too bad. I think let's kind of delete. All right, let's delete Harry Potter fandom. But I reckon that's pretty interested. But let's just delete that anyway. So we got Muggle.net, the Leaky Cauldron website, which I would never have known about, but these look pretty targeted to me. So now what we're doing is, instead of a pool that looks like this, we've now got a pool that looks like this. We've spent if we spend $10, whoa, we're gonna get like 7 or 8 people that are gonna pull out their wallet and make a purchase. We're gonna be in profits now, aren't we? So that's the difference between broad interests and laser targeted interests, and that's the reason why you want laser targeted interests. All right. Hopefully my awesome Photoshop skills illustrated that point. So anyway, that's for Harry Potter. Another product, if we want to sell something like that's kind of, I don't know, parrot earring. Maybe there's a parrot earring somewhere. Parrot product. So, all right. See, these are really broad. When I look at products like these that look really good, I'm like, all right, well, I can't really find an interest that collects all these people together enough so that when I spend my money, it's going to reach a majority of that audience. So usually I don't go for broad products like this. I would have no idea who to target, so I don't go for them. What do we have here? So these are pretty cool cockatoo type earrings, and you can see it's had some orders. So all right, let's try and go for these. So if we were to advertise to this kind of niche, who would we want to advertise to? Would you reckon this would be a good interest? Cockatoo, maybe white cockatoo. Maybe, but people that are connected to that wouldn't maybe they're just people that like cockatoos, like who that's a really broad interest. You don't want to have, usually one word interests are pretty broad, right? So these are a bit more specific, like African grey parrot, something more specific. Electus parrots. Like if you know what a parrot is, generally you're not going to know what an electus parrot is. Or a companion parrot is a pet parrot, so someone that's got a parrot as a pet. WindyCityParrot.com, perfect. So now, say we want to go for that. There you go, WindyCityParrot.com. Perfect interest. So now what do we have? Parrot Magazine, great. Florida Parrot Rescue, great. World Parrot Trust, a whole fund dedicated to, contribute to the parrot world. Companion Parrot, great. Disco the Parrot Key, probably some parrot personality. Exactly. See, those are the interests you want to go for. And again, we're going to start reaching people that are like this, in targeted interests. So that's how you go about it. And you're going to get the hang of it the more products you kind of launch. And you'll start to see which niches have targeted interests and which ones are the targeted interests within those kind of products. But if you're kind of stuck, this is a really great tool. It's called Audience Insight. It's free by Facebook. It's going to be in your ad manager. Go across to your interests section and type in, again, let's type in cockatoo. All right. And if you click on page likes, pretty cool thing we can see is all these other pages that are kind of interlinked with each other. That cockatoo, people that are like cockatoo, that the same audience that like cockatoo are also pretty connected to these Facebook pages. So the higher the affinity means the more generally the more targeted it is. So buttons that cockatoo, Frosty the Dancing Cockatoo, World Parrot Trust. You can go ahead. So we just typed in something broad here, but we're going to get all these really targeted interests we can plug right into our Facebook Ads Manager. And remember, we just need to type in one, and it's going to suggest us like plenty more, right? And if we go here again, bird tricks, Frosty the Dancing Cockatoo. This one's back in here. Chuck Blackguard. I don't know what the hell that is. Buttons that cockatoo. Parrot humor. There you go. Perfect. Hopefully that should illustrate difference between interests, and you're not going to learn much by just watching this video. Literally launch like 10 to 20 campaigns. You're not going to get it right straight off the bat, but you're going to notice a huge difference if you've been targeting like how I did before with the really broad targets. And now if you start doing really targeted interests, you're going to see a huge difference. So go ahead, try it out, and hopefully I've saved you a lot of money.